Hey, how you doing? Week 3 of learning to slap, and still using the slap bass workout book, which I'm not going to use examples from today, but I'm going through that book, which is fantastic if you are like me and just never paid any attention to slapping and never got very good at it. It's very methodical, goes through things with a 2 CD audio track, and you can play along with every single exercise, and it's just it's really helpful to get some of the basics down. And one of the things that he focuses on early is staccato versus holding a note and trying to get that to sound good, because as a fingerstyle player I can just do it without even thinking about it, but as you're getting into slap, you got to start at the beginning. And so a lot of the stuff that he's doing in there is simple, but it's just getting those basics down so that you're hitting something and having it sound good, which, before I even get into what I want to play today, one of the other things that I'm working on is trying to get my bass to sound good for popping and slapping. This particular bass is kind of my bass that I use for popping and slapping. I don't have a lot of 4 strings, but you can see behind me I got an Ampeg and a trainer. That's what I'm playing through. It's a tube amp, and a lot of the slap guys use solid state, which right next to it there is a Gallien-Krieger 2000 RB. But I was getting too many overtones on the D in that amp, and maybe it's where I was slapping. This is all things that you got to think about. Is where do you hit the bass down here? Do you hit it with your thumb up? Do you hit it with your thumb down? And how do you get a good sound for slapping? You got to play around with it a little bit, scoop the mids, turn the treble up, maybe the bass up, and it's not a sound that I normally would use for fingerstyle playing. Not that it's bad, but it's just not the sound that I'm looking for. So one of the things that I'm working on right now, just very simple stuff to get used to the motion and get used to it. For me, it's easier to play the higher strings than it is down here. See, and also trying to get a good sound on that. So that it's not just kind of overlooked. So one of the things that I kind of came up with to work on my own is this. I'm using a Boss DB90 drum machine, 80 clicks. So that's just to get my hand used to the string spacing and playing down here. As well as here. Together. And so this is where I'm at this week. you know, I'm going to go and do my tapping video next, but hopefully by the end of the year I'll be a much better slapper and tapper every week, learning something new. So thanks for following along, and we'll see you next week.